Hey traders, David Frost, LazyGapTrader.com. In this video, I'm going to show you one example of a morning gap trade from this morning that on the surface worked out picture perfect. However, there's an element of heartbreak involved. I'll get back to the chart in a second. You see a sneak peek. It's JD.com. You see the horizontal line at 27.30. You see what happened in the opening 5-minute candle and beyond. But we're going to get back to the chart and explain precisely what happened and where the heartbreak comes into play. But there's still a very important reason to pay attention to what this gap trading strategy really provides. Let me just put the chart aside for a second and focus our attention on what this gap trading strategy is. As day traders, we need opportunity. We need stocks that are moving in order to trade them in one direction or another in order to put profit and money in our pockets. But the reality is most people are guessing most of the time. So here's where this gap trading strategy comes into play. As day traders, we need opportunity, but the real opportunity exists for traders that can identify the highest probability price level where a stock will first be drawn to like a magnet and then have a price reaction from in the other direction. In my course at Lazy Gap Trader, traders learn all the criteria necessary in order to trade this strategy successfully. Which stocks does it work the best with? What type of volume on these stocks do we look for? How much of a gap higher or lower do we look for? How do you trade them? What's a proper stop loss limitation? What's a proper profit target? How do you squeeze the most profit possible out of these trades? I have an entire video module just focused on how to execute the trades for maximum profit. And there's a whole host of other things within the course, but here's the holy grail. Traders learn how to identify and calculate the high probability price levels where these stocks will first be drawn to like a magnet and have that price reaction from in the other direction. And here's probably the most valuable piece of information found in the course. It's the why behind the strategy. Once traders understand why this works, why certain stocks will be drawn to certain price levels, once you understand why this happens, your outlook on trading is going to change. It removes a lot of the guesswork away from trading, and what it does for you is adds back confidence because you have a certain expectation that a certain action should take place at a certain price target. Once you see it work over and over and over again, you gain the confidence, and when you remove guesswork and add back in confidence, that's something that changes your trading for good. All right, let's take a look at JD.com and pick apart what happened to the stock. Yesterday, the stock closed at $29.42. It was getting a nice haircut in the pre-market, so it qualified for one of our morning gap trades. Now, before we go on, this brings me to the other thing I do, which is give traders an opportunity to get my gap trade sent to them each and every morning at 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 30 minutes before the market even opens for business. This is the email that traders received this morning. Now keep in mind, all the price targets you see on each of these stocks in these emails every day are the same price levels that traders are able to calculate and find on their own from taking the course at Lazy Gap Trader. But as you can see, we had light activity this morning. We had 3 opportunities on the board, and I even mentioned early this morning in the top of the email, there are a limited amount of stocks moving early this morning. We take what the market's willing to provide, and that's just all we can do. We only want the highest probability trades on the board. So out of this list, JD.com was the one that hit its level today, its price target, gap lower. Support levels are 27.30, and then I gave 2 levels below that. There are plenty of times where we get more than one trade or multiple trades on the same stock in the same day. So each of those price targets you see are separate and independent trade opportunities from one another. Stop and profit target is about 25 to 50 cents. These are minimum profit targets. You'll see more about that when we go back on the chart. And now appears to be as good of a time as any to go back to the chart. So the stock's getting hit, and it's getting hit early, and look where the stock bottoms today. And this is really the point of the heart heartbreak component, the stock bottomed at $27.31 and took off to the upside. Now, this doesn't happen a lot, and there are front runners out there, and obviously I'm not the only one that knows and understands the importance of this price level. This is an important price to this stock. So at times, the stock will come up short by a penny or so, and it becomes a heartbreaker for somebody that was willing to buy either at or below the number. A lot of times, the stock will spike through the number a little bit before finding a bottom and staging the rally we're looking for. So this one came up a penny short, but the point is the power and importance of these levels, and that traders learn how to calculate and find these levels, these price targets, for themselves on these stocks every single day. This is a strategy that you can use for the remainder of your trading career. There's other uses for traders that have this strategy, and once they learn the strategy, it becomes very obvious and apparent how they can continue to utilize the concepts within the strategy to their advantage. Listen, if you want to learn the strategy, come over to check it out, lazygaptrader.com. I'm David Frost. Thanks for tuning in, folks.